Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. I told you I'd say it. Happy Sunday. For us in the U.S., it is a holiday weekend, so this is like the middle of our weekend. Yay. For anyone else, at least it's still the weekend, right? So, yay for Sundays. I told you guys we'd be doing a surprise topic tapping session today. Honestly, because last night I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to address just yet. So I figured it out this morning. So today, now as I get to reveal the topic, it's going to be on feeling like a failure when it comes to weight loss. I know how it feels to feel like a failure when it comes to weight loss. I have been overweight. I don't know if medically overweight or not, but feeling at least that I was overweight since I was probably about 10 years old. And I'm almost 42. So it's been a really long time that I have struggled with my weight. So I totally know what it feels like to feel like a weight loss failure. Trying over and over again, losing a little bit, gaining it back, losing even more, feeling good about it, gaining even more back. I mean, it's a horrible cycle, right? And then you finally get to the point where you're like, I can't do this. It's not possible. I am a failure when it comes to weight loss. And I wanted to try and change our perception on that a little bit. My son helped me change my perception. It's really hot in my room, so I apologize if I start getting sweaty. But so my son came home and we were talking about failure for some reason, not in a negative way or anything, but he said to me, that's a first attempt in learning. I was like, really? That's what his teacher taught him. Fail stands for first attempt in learning. I mean, that's awesome. That's an awesome way to think about it, especially the way that we think about the word failure. It's horrible, right? You hear the word failure and that's an insult. So when we tell kids that they're failing at something, we're just setting them up for our traditional definition of failure. Because they're like, well, that's what I am. So I love that she redefined this for them. It's a first attempt in learning. Think about everyone who has ever succeeded at anything. Do you think it happened the first time? Probably not. Starting up a company, Steve Jobs, you got Thomas Edison, you had anyone who ever invented anything. They had to fail so many times before they actually succeeded because they had to try. So I don't know why we consider trying as a failure. So I really wanted to try and redefine our concept of failure too when it comes to weight loss. Because when we get in the mindset that we are a failure at this and it will never work, then it won't. Because we're not giving it the chance to. So let's try and redefine our definition of fail on weight loss, okay? So when I say I feel like a total failure when it comes to weight loss, how does that make you feel on a scale of 0 to 10? 0 being I do not believe that at all. I have all the confidence in the world that I can lose weight. 10 being absolutely, I totally agree with this. I do feel like an absolute failure when it comes to weight loss. So go ahead and rate your feeling on that, on the 0 to 10 scale, and keep that number in mind so that way when we're done with the tapping session, then you can rate it again. Okay? So I'm going to have you follow me with the tapping points. So even if you don't know the tapping points, you're fine because I'm going to be doing it as well. You can just keep your eyes open and follow me as I move through the tapping points. You're going to want to repeat after me. So you can repeat out loud, you can repeat in your head, either way. Out loud is the best. It uses more of the senses, but if you either have to or just prefer to do it in your head, that's totally fine too. So I want you to follow along with me and repeat after me. Even though I feel like a total failure when it comes to weight loss, I completely value and accept myself. Even though I have failed to lose weight more times than I can count. I love myself and I'm open to relaxing. Even though I failed to lose weight and keep it off so many times before, I acknowledge this pattern and I'm open to releasing it. I know what it means to fail. I have failed so many times. It's exactly what I feel like is a failure. I've tried so many times to lose weight. And even if I lost a little bit of weight initially, I always ended up gaining it back. Sometimes I'd gain back even more. Yay. If that doesn't constitute failure, all those times that I've tried and not succeeded, I don't know what does. I've tried the diets that they show on TV. I've tried the popular ones that everyone seems to lose weight on. Intermittent fasting, or keto, or paleo, or whatever it is. I've figured out that I am just a weight loss failure. Other people can do these things, but I can't. I don't have the willpower. I don't have the drive. I don't have the motivation. I've tried all the ways to lose weight. Nothing ever works for me. I'll never lose this weight. Let's be honest. I will always be a weight loss failure. What can you do? But what if I could look at the word fail as something different? What if fail stood for first attempt in learning? What if failure wasn't this bad thing that I make it out to be, that society makes it out to be? What if a failure just means that I'm learning? I'm learning what doesn't work for me. And that can be just as important as learning what works. I've learned that taking HCG or Dexatrim doesn't work. I've learned that starving myself for most of the day or cutting out complete food groups, that doesn't work for me. So now I can take these failures and use the knowledge that I've gained to make better choices. I know that I want a quick fix in losing weight. Who doesn't? And I know that's why I follow all those lose weight fast plans. But maybe my failures are teaching me that this isn't the way. I mean, come on. I've always truly known what I need to do to lose weight. I need to eat better, and I need to move my body more. Maybe my failures have been leading me to the right way, to accept the right way, the way that will work for me. Because if I look at my path, it has led me here. It has all led me to this part of my journey. Maybe those attempts haven't been failures in the traditional sense at all. I've tried all the things, or most of the things, to lose weight. I'm sick of trying. of trying to keep up, of trying to figure out the best way for me to look my best. I'm sick of it. So I'm done with all of those quick fixes. And I know that for sure now because I've tried them. But honestly, really, I've always known that they don't really work. So after doing all those things, I came across tapping. I figured, what's the harm in trying this? If I hadn't had all those failures beforehand, I may have still believed that those quick fixes would work. And I would have looked at tapping as something ridiculous and completely weird and just non-scientific. Like, this doesn't make any sense. I would have looked at it as woo-woo, if you will. But knowing now, having tried all those ways myself, the quick fixes, and knowing that they don't work, I was more open to tapping. I was more open to a lifestyle change versus a quick fix. So even though I've failed at weight loss before, I was just doing my research. I was figuring out what doesn't work for me so I could finally open up to what does work. Addressing my relationship with food does work. Addressing my emotions that I've stored inside me for so long does work. Addressing my mindset definitely works. I promise. Learning to love my body exactly the way it is right now, that works. And you can do that. If I could do it, you could do it. Enjoying taking care of my body because I love it already, that works. And that's a long-term solution. So I can appreciate my so-called failures and look at them as opportunities. Opportunities to learn. Failure doesn't have to be a bad word anymore. I can appreciate my failures. And I can express gratitude for all that I've learned. Because all of these failures are leading to my inevitable success. Awesome. Take a deep breath. Good. Now I want you to tap on the gamut point, which is on the back of your hand between the third and fourth finger, between the bones there. And we're just going to do a visualization. So if you want to close your eyes, feel free to do that. I want you to picture a glowing ball of light starting inside your chest and growing to fill your body. This ball of light carries all of the positive energy of everything we just learned, of letting go of the traditional definition of failure. The knowing that you can succeed, the knowing that you have the capability to succeed. Feel those emotions in this glowing light inside of you and feel that growing to radiate out of you. All of this knowing that I can succeed. These failures are just my steps in learning. Nothing more, nothing less. They don't determine my worth as a human. They don't determine whether or not I will succeed in the future. Feel that peace of knowing I can succeed. I can have faith in myself. I'm worth that. And I can see it radiating, and it has like little sparkles. I'm a glitter girl. I love myself some glitter. So I picture sparkling radiance of this energy flowing out of you. That I can do this. Failure's not a bad word. It's part of my journey. And I like to learn. Feel that peace, that knowing, that confidence. Let it fill your body. Good. Take a deep breath. Go ahead and stop tapping. And now, I want you to rate your feeling of I'm a weight loss failure on the scale of 0 to 10. Not looking at your past, not just when you think of that sentence, I'm a weight loss failure. Do you really believe that as much as you did before? So if you were a 10, are you still a 10? Did you maybe shift a little bit to a 9? Did you maybe shift a lot to a 6? Let me know what your numbers are. How do you feel when you think of that statement? Me, I feel more hopeful after doing this. I feel like I can do this. Just because I failed before, maybe it's not me that has failed. You know, when we're thinking of the traditional definition of fail, maybe it's not me who has failed. Maybe it's the weight loss industry that has failed me. So my failures were learning attempts, right? I can recognize that now. And I can recognize that if I do something different, something that actually makes sense, I can succeed. And I can do this forever because it's not going to feel like a chore. That has been the biggest shift for me, is taking care of my body and eating healthy has become enjoyable. I enjoy doing that because I am enjoying taking care of my body and taking care of my health. That was never my priority before. My priority was always to look better. And of course, looking better is a definite perk, don't get me wrong. But feeling better and feeling more confident in myself, that is way better than the weight loss. So changing your mindset will not only help you lose weight, it helps with everything. So I hope that this helped calm you a little bit. I hope that it was able to reduce that negative feeling when you think about your capability of losing weight. And I hope that the new definition of fail, first attempt in learning, is something that sticks with you. Because then we can teach all the kids that that's the case. And that's going to impact our world immensely. If they're not looking at themselves as failures, just as learners. So I hope that this was good for you. I hope that, you know, and another thing too, it's like over the holiday weekend, I know that's always going to be a hard one for people to stick to their weight loss plan, exercise plan, whatever. And that's where the failure mindset comes in. Well, I blew it, so forget it. There's no point in doing anything about it or, you know, continuing, right? So that's, excuse me, one reason I wanted to do that, hold on, for this session, because I knew it was the holiday weekend, and I know that that can derail a lot of us. Because you go to a party, or go to multiple parties, or have a long weekend where you're just eating whatever, drinking whatever. Know that that's okay. Okay, so let's address that too. You can have fun. You don't have to be perfect. That is not a failure in the traditional sense of the word if you are not completely perfect on your diet and exercise every single day of your life. That's not normal. That's not human to do that. So over a holiday weekend, talking about failure is something different and letting you know that whatever happens this weekend, it's not the end. right? You can still take care of yourself. That part of that is taking care of yourself because you're letting go, you're letting loose. So I really hope that this helped. I hope that if you did have any struggles over the weekend, that this can help calm you, center you a little bit. If you are interested in any specific topics, please let me know. I'm sorry that I'm sweating like a pig. I live in Arizona now, and I've always been a sweater, and it's not a sweater, but a sweater. And it's not great in August, September for me, but so apologies, but this is me. So if you're interested in any particular topics, definitely let me know. If you're interested in working more together, I would love to help. I would love to help because I would love for you to be able to feel the way that I feel now. Because let me tell you, I have not always felt like this. This has not always been me. I was not always this happy. You can ask anyone that knows me. Not that I've been an unhappy person, but I've suffered with depression forever. Like for as long as I've struggled with my weight. So seeing me like this tells everyone that knows me something is working for her. And I want to be able to help you do that same thing. If you feel stuck in your life, if you still feel stuck with your weight or anything else, reach out and we can talk about working together because it could be the best thing that you ever do for yourself. And it would make me so excited to be a part of that with you. So reach out, messages, comments, anything, and I'll get back to you. And we will tap again next week. Let me know if there are topics that you want me to address. Otherwise, I'll let you know mid next week what we're going to be doing. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you later. Can't wait to tap with you again soon. Bye.